This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you click the bell and hit that subscribe button. Well, here was a good debate this week. We've had this debate before, but who ruined New York City hip-hop? The debate is 50 Cent versus Ebro. Okay, this has been a debate for a few years when Ebro tried to call him out, and they had some Twitter or Instagram war back and forth. This was like a year ago. And then, they finally had a sit down like this week, and, 50 Cent brought that up and they kind of debated it. And here's my take on it. Okay, they kind of debated a little bit, and then 50 Cent was like, with this guy right here, this is the program director. He was the one that was supposed to play the records.
Where's the caveat? You want to tell us exactly, man, what you see in that face. That's what he did.
He's full of shit.
He go, look, the program, all of the artists that made records during that time span, you mean to tell me they didn't play because my records were good?
No, a lot of them.
They didn't play because the program director didn't play.
No, there was actually a lot of people who had hits during that time. A lot of people in New York had hits.
Now, basically, what he's kind of right on that sense, but it's not just Ebro's fault, okay? And then 50 Cent also made attention in New York. Remember, anybody who did anything with Ja Rule was a target. And then, obviously, I'm From New York came out, which had, Fat Joe and Jadakiss in it. So now 50 Cent is taking everybody out. Fat Joe, Jadakiss, D-Block, Ja Rule and them. So it makes artists in New York weary to mess with each other because, those are the guys. Fat Joe, Jadakiss, these are like the guys in New York, so it made things a little awkward. And also at the same time, it made New York look weak. Just like when you see, the Game leave G-Unit and then, Buck leaves G-Unit, it makes G-Unit look weak and they fall apart. Just like when Cameron and Jim Jones kind of fell apart during Cameron and 50 Cent beefing. Jim Jones sided with 50 Cent, and that Dipset fell apart. It fell apart because you see weakness in it. New York was kind of weak. Atlanta was on their shit, and program directors like Ebro and DJs and everybody were kind of looking towards the South. The South had a lot of hit records, so we were neglecting our New York people, and things happen, man. But I don't think anybody specifically is to blame. I think it's a moment of many different circumstances that came in. Obviously we're having a comeback with New York music. We got ASAP Mob, we got Dave East, we got Uncle Murder reinventing himself, Mano. You got so many people coming out of New York right now. You got Designer. You got 50 Cent still making good records. You got Nas coming out with a new album. But 50 Cent hasn't stopped making at least one or two great records every year, with all the other stuff he's doing, with the powers and all that kind of stuff. So New York City's, and you know what? I don't think people identify to like an area anymore because like with the internet, everything's kind of blind. You're just out there. You're just making music. I mean, yeah, you're going to say where you're from, but your music might not represent that area anymore. Like ASAP Mob kind of sounds like a mix of everything, But yeah, the internet kind of got rid of the borders, So that's kind of cool, Like everything's just evolving. But I don't think one of these guys specifically is to blame. And I'm glad they were able to sit down and kind of like have a conversation about it. That was kind of cool. Anyways, guys, make sure you hit that bell, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll check you on the next video. Peace.